Okay, today I'm going to show you how to do an alternator on a 2008 Hyundai Azera 3.8 liter V6. For some reason, there's not that many of this vehicle out there that explain and shows in detail how to do the alternator. I'm not using a professional camera, just using my phone. See if this would help a lot of people out there. Alright, so it's very simple. It's not that complicated. So this is a once again 2008 V6 3.8 liter Hyundai Azera. Alright, I'm going to use a long screwdriver to point basically what you need to take out. Alright, to start you need to take the over here the fan. There's a shroud that goes here and here. I'm going to show you the picture of what that looks like. Those are the clips, plastic clips. Make sure you disconnect the battery. Alright, so I'm going to show you where the shroud, plastic shroud, the fan that goes in there. Try to do this so I save some time. And that plastic thing goes over here. I also took the plastic cover that goes right up in here. It uses 4 bolts, so like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, very simple. Alright, so that's the shroud, plastic shroud. The fan. The fan uses 2 bolts, 1 and 2, and then on the bottom it has a couple of clips that you just separate and it slides right up. And this is the plastic cover. Sorry about the guy with the blower. He's just decided to do the blower at the same time I was trying to do the video. Alright, so once you have that out, it has 1 bolt that goes right over here. I already took that bolt off. Disconnected the power, and right over here where I'm pointing, it has another connector to the alternator right there, which I already disconnected. And just to make things easy, I removed these 2 bolts here, and that's for the plastic bracket. This plastic bracket. So that goes there. So I just took those 2 bolts off and just threw that to the side, so I have plenty of room. All right. Now, the hardest thing about this whole job is the tensioner. Make sure that you write down the sequence of this serpentine belt, the way it goes, so that way when you're putting everything back together, you put everything back together and you don't waste time trying to find out, okay, where this belt goes on this pulley. So you already have the where the belt goes on every single pulley. All right, so that's all set. Now, the hardest part about this whole job is down here, which I'll show you. All right, so I also remove up here. Let me move the light. All right, so over here there goes a plastic cover, protective cover, like it has one up here, two bolts that hold the plastic. Not a big deal. So once you take that plastic cover off, you have access to the tensioner. All right, so I'm gonna do a close up here. All right, so this squared thing right here, this is where you're gonna hook up the socket to turn to loosen the tension, so you can get the belt off. And that right there is it's a 14. So that square thing right here, this is a 14. All right, so that's to lose it. And the other bolt, the other alternator bolt, it's right here. So once you take that bolt, there's only two bolts, one on top, the one that I show you, and this is the second one on the bottom. So now I already have the belt off. I have both of the bolts off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pry bar and pry the alternator to try to get it off that tension there. All right. In some cases you might have to remove the motor mount or loosen it so you have more clearance. I'm gonna see if I could cheat to do it without having to take the motor mount, but there's a chance you might have to. So let's try prying the alternator out. The alternator has like a slider clamp inside the alternator, so when you put the bolt in, it squeezes, so it tightens everything nice and tight. So when you're trying to get the alternator, you gotta like pry it to loosen it all up. The new alternator, or the remanufactured alternator, is loose. That sleeve is loose, so when you put the bolt in, you compress everything. So it's a lot easier to install it because there's no pressure. It's a lot easy, but to take it out, you gotta like break that tension from the sleeve. All right, let's pry it off. Okay, so I got the pry bar here, and I'm gonna try to wedge it to slide it without disturbing anything else. All right, you see how it moved? There you go. Very simple. See, these are the sleeves. I'm pointing at it. Those, when it's new, is you got more clearance. But when you have the bolt through there, it's compressed, so you got to break that loose. So you got that AC holes over here. See this? I'm pointing at it. That's holding the alternator from dropping. So let me see if I can just wiggle it. All right. So it's almost there. Just that AC. See if I can just bend that just to here. All right. So what I did, without going too crazy, I just slightly pried on that AC line without breaking it, just like a midge to just enough clearance. And you could do the motor mount if you lift it up. You don't have to do that, but you spend more time and all that, you know. So, but I didn't damage the line. Just slightly tap, you know what I mean, to get it just enough to get the alternator out. And the alternator is out. Okay, and the alternator comes out from the top. All right, so you just got to play with it until you get it out. Just be careful you don't damage the radiator. Actually, it's easier as you just slide the whole thing towards the right, and there you have it. And to install the new one, same procedure. Like I said, the hardest part of this whole job, it's that bottom square where the tension is. Release the tension there, slide the belt, remove the bottom bolt, the top bolt, and that's it. Okay, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit like if this helped you. Thank you.